Good morning. So this is your 20-minute morning practice. So you're going to start by having a rolled up mat, which is rolled really tightly. We're going to use this as a place of opening the body as well as checking in and centering. So you're going to place your shoulders down on the mat. So you almost want them to have them matching the edge of the mat. And then you're rolling over slightly over the mat until your shoulder blades are on the mat. So it's not under the shoulder blades, it's actually on the shoulder blades. And then as you lower your pelvis, you want to turn your pelvis towards your heart, lifting your arms up, holding alternate elbows, and then lengthening the elbows to the wall behind you. So the idea here is not to puff the upper ribs up, it's to soften the lower ribs and the sternum down towards the earth. You can traction the feet away from you to help lengthen the lower part of your spine. If you need to, you can have your head on a block if your chin is kind of sticking up like this and you're overarching your neck. You can place a block under the head. So you're just going to explore how you are this morning. So you may want to start by exploring your physical body, noticing where there are areas of tightness this morning, where feels more congested, also where feels more expansive. So it's like a checking in with the weather to see whether it's going to rain today. You're just checking in with your body as to what sort of body you've woken up with this morning. You might notice that there are new areas of tightness. They might be the same old familiar ones. So you're just becoming aware. Keep softening the lower ribs. And then just lifting the elbows up, changing the clasp on the elbows. Again, extending the elbows back. Checking in whether you're still softening the lower ribs down. And how it feels in your body now you've changed the clasp on the elbows. Making sure the back of the neck is long. Then checking into the emotional body. What sort of emotional state have you arrived on your mat with this morning? And you're not looking at changing anything, by the way. You're literally just becoming aware of what is already present within you. Of course, the emotional body is linked to the breathing body, pranamaya kosha. So noticing how your breath is. How is your inhalation? How is your exhalation? You breathing more in the upper chest, or is the breath reaching down into the lungs, bottom of the lungs? Again, you're not looking to change anything, it's just observations. And then finally, can you push yourself a little bit further over the rolled up mat? so that the mat comes just under the shoulder blades now. So this, you will be lifting the lower ribs slightly. You'll have to. So there is a curve that's going on here. But see if you can allow a softness to happen. So you're softening your form into the prop. As you explore your mind. So how is your mind this morning? Have you woken up with a mind that is already busy? That is frantically running around? Or have you woken up with a mind that is still sleepy? Or is it alert but calm inside there? So we're looking at the first three koshas, the first three layers of ourself. Then gently rolling to one side. And then if you need to unroll your mat, then unroll your mat. And then we're just going to lengthen out the lower back. So you're going to bring the big toes to touch. You're sinking your sit bones down onto your heels. If they don't quite reach, use a block under your sit bones if you have one. Okay. And similarly, if you find that your head is hovering, rather than trying to jam the neck down, use a block to place the forehead on. And again, noticing how your body is in this shape. So can you be aware of more of the back line of your body here? So the expansion of the rib cage as you breathe in and out. And I'm just going to offer you a little reading as you explore. This is Mark Nepo, by the way. Where I was taught to understand and name things, I now experience and feel things. Where I was taught to understand and name things, I now experience and feel things. Where I was taught to frame and articulate things at arm's length, I now embrace and absorb what is before me. The difference is between painting a bird and flying, between understanding the secret positions of love and feeling your heart pound. Too often, under the guise of being asked to be prepared and mature, we are seduced into watching over living, into naming over feeling, into understanding over experiencing. Yet as two hands cup water to the mouth, we need both male and female energies to drink fully from this life. So from here, you're going to come up onto all fours and really spread your fingers, root the fingers down, push down through the shins, moving from cat-cows, really experiencing the movement of your spine as you inhale and look up. As you exhale and bow the head, really experience pushing up in between the shoulder blades, having the movement travel down towards the base of the spine. Inhaling, moving from one end of your spine as you exhale to the other. And trying to synchronize your breathing with the movement. Can you notice where different parts of you get stuck? Different parts of the spine? Where do you lose a sense of connection? Of being able to really experience the vertebrae? And then just coming to a neutral place, you're going to find your center, so around the navel, and having a sense of balance through both the left and right hand, left and right shin. And then without disturbing this sense of symmetry, just extend the right arm forwards, palm facing in, and left leg back behind you. Hold it here. But try not to use a sense of force. So it's like the internal is the place that's strong, where you're feeling centered, where you're feeling empowered. And now as you exhale, draw elbow and knee together. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, elbow and knee together. Inhale, extend out. Exhale. And replace. And opposite sides. Find your sense of symmetry and balance again. And inhale, extending out. Exhale, elbow and knee. Inhale, extend out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And replace. Move the hands forward slightly. Tuck the toes under, push back, downward dog. So here, I want you to bend your knees, use the earth to push against in order to try and draw your belly towards your thighs. So you're trying to get all the way back into your sit bones, and it's like there's two strings, if you're a puppet, two strings attached to the center of each sit bone, which is being pulled back and up. Hold it here. Now just straighten the right leg. Inhale, bend that right knee. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Inhale, but you're not disturbing the rest of your body. You're just straightening one leg, then the other. Make sure the head is relaxed. Then finally straightening both legs and being present in the whole of your body. So feeling your hands. Where is the pressure most intense on your hands? Outside edge or inside edge? Feet. Is one leg slightly lighter than the other? How does your spine feel? So feel it from the inside out. Then come down onto the knees. Look forwards. Inhale. Exhale, extended child. And in your extended child, being up on fingertips or hands on bricks. And now see if you can lengthen the underneath of the body. So whereas the previous one we were looking at expanding the back of the body, can you extend your sternum along the ground? Keeping your ears in line with your arms. Imagining something heavy rooting your sit bones onto your heels. And then how much can you extend your spine? And experience again from the inside out. So tiny little movements and oscillations that are happening in your spine as you try and extend it. And then coming up onto all fours. Okay, so from here, you're going to inhale, count to 4. Exhale, downward dog, count to 4. Inhale onto all fours, count to 4. Exhale, extended child, count to 4. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale through cat. Exhale, extended child. One more. Inhale, be fully present to the inner body. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, all fours. child. One more round. Inhaling. Exhaling. Downward dog. Inhaling, all fours. Look up and forwards. Exhale, extended child. Inhale up into downward dog and walk your feet towards your hands. Bend the knees, drape yourself down over your thighs. Trying to lift the sit bones up, try and keep a connection with your thighs, and then start to straighten both legs. Bring the hands onto the hips, lead with the heart coming up flat back. Bringing the hands together at the heart. So remember, you're made up of not only muscle, bone, flesh, nerves. You're also made up of memories which are held within the body. You're made up of emotions which rise and fall throughout the day. You're made up of thoughts that flit in and out, normally the same ones. So you're made up of many elements. So you're going to see if you can take the whole of you through a sun salutation. Inhale, circle the arms open and up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back, right foot. Inhale, both feet together. Exhale to the earth. Inhale, rising, Bhujangasana. Shoulders down the back. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot forwards. Exhale, forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, rising. Exhale to the heart. Inhale, being very centered within yourself. Exhale, noticing. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, left foot steps back. No goal. Inhale, both feet together. Exhale to the earth. Inhale, rising. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot steps forwards. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, rising up. Exhale to the heart. Finding yourself in Tadasana before coming down to the ground. Just a flowing twist. Opening the arms wide. As you exhale, dropping the knees to the right, looking away from the knees. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, looking away from the knees. Inhale to center. So just continuing the flow of turning the rib cage as much as possible, trying to keep the knees together. You might find that if the shoulders are rooted to the ground, that the knees don't actually touch the ground, unless your back is feeling, your spine's feeling quite twisty this morning. And then just laying the legs out along the ground, arms alongside the body. Roll the inner thighs out. You might want to place one hand on your heart, hand on your belly. And just feeling the rise and fall of your breathing. So there should be more movement in the chest than there is in the belly. Perhaps noticing if you can feel your breathing in the back ribs. And just as the breath mirrors the waves on the sea, sense of the breath drawing you into the center of yourself. So the turbulence that happens on the surface of the sea, with sometimes storms whipping the waves up, doesn't affect the deep depths of the sea. Noticing the inner state and finding this place of where you feel centered, nurtured, held. Then bending both knees, hug the knees in. So you exhale, nose towards the knees, and then rolling over onto one side, slowly coming up. And just honouring your practice and honouring staying centered as much as you're able to throughout the day. Namaste.